call me late for dinner.
Stay tuned.
BobbieD coming to you from the Philippines. I'm having an awesome time today in the Philippines. Hope you are as well. Where you from? Hey, I'm working out on my machine, my elliptical machine right now. So, Lisa D just yelled at me, put my shirt on, but I'm not letting you guys see my lower body. So, it doesn't matter, my dear. Anyway. If you saw my lower body, you'd be surprised. I got muscles galore. It's just an awesome time for me to be with you again. What a joy, such a joy it is. And today I want to talk to you about hanging out with Lisa D at the house on the weekends. In the Philippines, hanging out with Lisa D at the house on the weekend in the Philippines. Yeah. Now, when we talk about the Philippines, you know what I'm saying? This is a country where most people are always on the go. Yeah. They gotta get up and they gotta go. They'll take a jeepney, they'll take a trike, they'll take a bike, car, truck, whatever, man. Those people hit the road, Jack. But yeah, transportation is very, very important here in the Philippines. Most people will take jeepneys to get where they gotta go, cause jeepneys are cheap. You know, a jeepney ride will cost you like 6 to 7 pesos, depending on where you're going here in Cebu. And it could be a little bit cheaper elsewhere. But today, Lisa D and I had an awesome time together. We spent most of the day at home. I did had to do some YouTube editing. I did a couple of videos that I've gotten more. Well, I didn't complete them yet. I'm working on a couple of videos. And Lisa D is doing Upwork. So we both have projects to do, but we work side by side. And we just had an awesome time chit-chatting while we were working today. And we talked about a lot of things, man. One thing we talked about is family. Yeah. We talked about the importance of family in the Philippines. And we talked about how we enjoy each other's family. Lisa D just got to meet my family recently, y'all, for those of you that don't know. And she was very, very happy to meet my family. She met 2 of my sisters, she met 2 of my nieces, and she met 1 of my cousins. They all came to visit us. And they had a great time here in the Philippines. They like the Philippines very, very much. And so Lisa D had been corresponding to my sisters through Facebook and chatting back and forth. And so they had a casual relationship over the internet. But when she got to meet them in person, hey, they bonded together immediately. They liked her. She loved them. So we talked about that, and then we talked about my relationship with her family in the mountains. We talked about how the people there got attached to me and how I got attached to them. They like me up there now. Every time they see me, when I first started visiting them in the mountains, nobody would talk. I'm like, ooh, he's coming. And they would stare at me. And I was say stuff to them, because I know Cebuano. I know basic Cebuano. So I would talk to them in Cebuano, because a lot of them, some of them know English, but they don't like to speak, okay? And then some of them just don't know English. The older people, most of the younger people, they know English, parts of it. But the older people, like Lisa D's mom and pop, Lola, no English. So I had to learn Cebuano to communicate with them, and I can communicate with them with basic Cebuano, So I talked to them, but they wouldn't talk to me at first, when I first got up there. So I felt a little strange, because I said, Lisa D, these people, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm trying to be nice, and they don't speak to me. I said, what's going on? He said, you're just new to them. Mountain people take time to adjust to new people on the mountain. I said, okay, that's what it is. You sure it's not because I'm an American and I'm a black man? She says, no. They love the fact that you married me, and they don't care about your color. I said, you sure about that? She said, yeah. She said, my family's not prejudiced like some people, some Filipinos. They don't care what color you are. They just care if you love me and if you take care of me. So I was like, wow, are you sure? She said, yeah, that's the way I do. I don't care about your color. I care about your heart. How do you love me? And so I was like, wow. So that's the kind of day we had, y'all. We had a talk day. I call it a talk. And we learned about each other more, and we share things about each other more. That's the kind of show my bike here. That's the kind of day we had. And it was an awesome day, man. Then we came back home. We were out for a while. First of all, we was home for a while, okay? Then we went out because we had to run some errands. Got our errands ran. Then we came back home. I finished my project, my videos, and I still got a couple more to do, but I finished one of them. Well, actually, 1.5. And then Lisa D started back her project of one Upwork. So we stopped some more. We talked a little bit more, and it was just a nice, relaxing weekend, enjoying each other and talking about our family relationships. And our goal is we have one of our nieces. She may be coming here to stay with us for a while, and we're excited about that. Lisa D loves all her family members, but she has a special bond with one of our nieces. They're very close, and she wants her to spend at least the summer with us. So we will probably be picking her up maybe next week, but it'll be a new addition for us for a while, and then I will definitely introduce her to our YouTube family, so you can get used to her. Her name is Rendon. She's 10 years old, and I had her on one of our videos before. I think last year or year before. She came. We had her for a few weeks, and she went with us getting groceries. On that video that's called Shopping for Groceries, she was there on that video. She's a little girl there on that video. She was a little smaller then. She's bigger now. But she's a fun kid. She's very, very smart. Very, very alert and aware. And I plan on having a great time with her. We plan on having a great time together. And bonding with her a little bit more here. We could do more here, bonding, than we could do in the mountain, because when I'm in the mountain, everybody's coming at me. Sir Dix, they call me Sir Dix, or they'll call me Dix. Sir Dix, or sometimes they call me Daddy Dix. I don't know why, but they always, Filipinos always seem to have a way to get a nickname for me. I don't know why. They call me Sir Dix, they'll call me Daddy Dix, or they'll just call me Dix. So I said, I don't care what you call me. Just don't call me late for dinner. Yeah, man. But yeah, we have fun. We Lisa and I are not the partying type people. I have no desire for that now. That's past. Past is past, and it ain't coming back, right? So I don't need that. But I'm not knocking anybody that does that. That's your thing, you know? But everything, there's a reason we do everything. And there's a time, there's a season for everything we do. My season for that type of activity is done. I don't want to do that right now. And maybe your season is just starting, or you've been in that season for a while and you don't want to come out of it. It's okay. Everything happens for a reason, and everything happens at a precise and perfect time. So I'm almost done with my workout, and I try to work out every day. I encourage everybody out there to work out. Walking, before we got the machine, the elliptical machine, I walked every day for about an hour. No, about 4 to 6 times a week, I would walk for about an hour. And Lisa D and I, we've had this machine for about a year now. It was broke for a while. We got this machine at Toby's, which is a sports equipment store there in SM Mall in Sioux City. And when we got the machine, the first day it worked fine. Okay. The next day it had a little cranking sound on the wheel when we pushed, pedal the wheel. And so, well, I guess it'll be all right. It worked itself out. And the next day after that, it got louder. It's like, and so we had to call a guy out like the third or fourth day, and we couldn't use the machine. We just bought it. That's why we were so ticked. And so the guy came out. Maybe we had to keep calling him. He came out about a month later. I said, man, what took y'all so long? He said, sir, I'm the only man that does repair and installation, and I have hundreds of customers. And I said, look, man, I don't want to hear all that. I just want you to fix my machine. And when I call down there, please answer the phone and come out like you're supposed to. I try to be nice with people, but when they push that button, I'm like, okay, you did the wrong thing, buddy. I got to tell you some things. But yeah, he fixed the machine that time. Okay, so then after he fixed the machine, he took a lot of stuff out. He put a new bearing in it. Okay, so we was like, okay, I tested it out, everything's fine. Then about maybe about a month later, the same thing, crank. Every time we pushed the pedal. So I said, look, we called them again, and then they kept messing with us about coming out. We had to call them about 6 times to come out. Every time they promised to come out on a particular day, they would not show up. And so I was like, man, I'm getting ready to go to the manager. And so Lisa D called one more time, and the guy said he'd be out Saturday. So we waited. He did come out that time. But this time, he said, well, you had a warranty, sir. I said, what? I said, man, look at me. Let me tell you something. I said, we just bought this machine. Man, come on now. I got the receipt right here. And he said, well, you got to have to buy this part or not. I said, listen, man, I don't care what you got to do. Just fix the machine. Please, sir, fix the machine. So he fixed the machine, and then we had to pay like 200 pesos for a part that wasn't included in the warranty program. All right, so that time was fine. Then, about 4 months later, guess what, y'all? The same thing. Crank to the crank. It happened again. And so he came out this time. Excuse me? Is that Lisa? That would be? Okay. I thought she was talking. So he came out again. And I said, listen, man, I don't know what you're going to do, but it looks like we may need a replacement. He said, sir, the replacement period is over. I said, what? So anyway, long story short, the guy said that he didn't have the part to fix it, and the part to fix it was not covered, and it'd be a lot of the part that he needed would cost us just as much as the machine. And I said, okay, man, that's it. Do the best you can, and let's go. So right now, he just fixed it as much as he can. We don't have the crank sound anymore, but every now and then it's a little scraping on the wheel. So we still are able to exercise on it now. So that's our story about our drama story about our elliptical machine. As you can see right here, it's a good one though. I like it when it works, and it works pretty much decently now. We did some stuff to it, but it's not totally 100% because every now and then it'll have a little scraping sound, but it's not as bad as what it was. The other sound was like bang, bang. This sound's just like every now and then, so it's much better. But I'm not gonna fool with Toby's anymore. Those of you that know about Toby's and the SM out there, don't fool with them. Find someplace else. I mean, this customer service stinks. You gotta keep calling them, and when they come out, they halfway fix. They don't halfway do the job. Okay, so you know Toby's Sports and Fitness. There's them all. Leave them alone. All right, guys. Just wanted to holler at y'all. Let you know what's happening with BobbieD, Lisa D, up in the Philippines. Yeah, man, up in the Philippines. I love saying that. I don't know what it is. I love saying in the Philippines. Yeah. I love it, love it, love it. Alright guys, question for today. What type of exercise routine do you have in your life? Leave your comments for me in the comment section of this video. And as always, remember to like, share, and subscribe. This is BobbieD. Take care. God bless. And
Towering presence. One life to win. You king or queen? Life in Philippines.